All right, it's story time. Can you guess what story we're going to read now? Does this give you a hint? It's called Good Night, Gorilla. That's one of my favorite ones. I read that to your daddies all the time. And look, this is the zoo, and there's the guard tiptoeing around so he doesn't get any animals excited or wake them up. And there's the gorilla, and he's saying, shh. He's got the key. Let's see what happens. There's the guard. He's going around making sure everybody's in their cage, and he says, "Good night, gorilla." But the gorilla reaches out and he grabs his keys. And who's in the cage with him? I think he's got a friend that we're going to find out. And let's see what happens next. Look! The gorilla got out of the cage. The door's open. He's coming down. And he's got his keys. And look at those bananas up there. I think somebody's going to use one of those bananas. And look, there's a mouse carrying a banana bigger than him. And they're following the guard, going around the zoo. Maybe they're going to see some more animals. Let's see. There's an elephant in his cage. And the gorilla looks at the elephant. What do you think he's going to do? The guard says, "Good night, elephant." And there's the little mouse still carrying his banana. And now then, what's going to happen? He says, "Good night, lion." The lion's in his cage with a bone. And look at that gorilla. He's sticking the key in the lock, and he's going to unlock it. And look who he let out earlier. The elephant. And there's the mouse, but now he's dragging the banana. And has a string. It's bigger than him. He must be getting tired. And now the elephant's out. And do you think he's going to let the lion out now? Let's see what happens next. And he goes around and he says, "Good night, hyena. Good night, giraffe." And look, now he's carrying that, and the guard's going on. And look, there's the hyena, there's the giraffe, and the gorilla's letting them all out. The whole zoo is escaping because of the gorilla. And now he's going to go to his next stop on his rounds. And what's he going to see? An armadillo. We were just looking at one last night, right next to the house. But this one's in the zoo, and he leans over and he says, "Good night, armadillo." He doesn't even know behind him. There's the gorilla with the key. There's the giraffe. There's the elephant. There's the lion. And is that the little bitty mouse under there? No, he's behind there with the banana. There he is. And they're going to go around and see some more things on the zoo. And look, I think the guard's getting tired and he's going home. He's going inside of his house, but look behind him. There's the gorilla. There's the baby elephant. There's the lion. There's the hyena. And there is the giraffe. And what do we have coming up behind? The armadillo. And let's see what happens now after he goes in. Are they going to run away? No, they're going in his house. The guard goes in his house and everybody's following him. There's the lion, the hyena, the giraffe, and there's the mouse with the banana and the armadillo. They all came in. And what do you think they're going to do now? Do you think they're going to go to bed? Well, the guard is getting ready to go to bed. There's his wife, and look, the gorilla's yawning. And down here, they are all curled up. And there's the lion curling up, and the elephant's laying down, and the giraffe is leaned over too. And look, there is the banana that the mouse is pulling up on the nightstand. And his wife doesn't even know it. She's sleeping in the bed. And now then, what's going to happen? He says, "Good night." And then the lion goes, "Good night." Then the mouse goes, "Good night." Then the gorilla says, "Good night." Then the hyena says, "Good night." And everybody says, "Good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night, good night." And it's all dark and nobody can see because they're all going to sleep and he turned the light out. But only the husband should have said good night. So the wife is going, "What's going on here?" And she wakes up and you can see her eyes. because she heard all those different good nights. And now then, she's going to turn the light on, and what is she going to see? Oh no! There! She turns the light on and look! The gorilla's in bed with her, and there's her husband, and he doesn't even know. And there's the mouse, he's going to bed in the drawer. And there's the elephant, there's the giraffe, and she wakes up and looks at them all, and what is she going to do now? She is taking him by the hand, holding the gorilla's hand, and everybody's following. There they go. There's the mouse, the giraffe, the hyena, the lion, the elephant, and the gorilla, and they're going back to the zoo. This must have happened before. She wasn't scared. And she put them all back in their cages, tucked them all in, and she says, "Good night, zoo." But look, he got out again, the gorilla. And there's the mouse with his banana. And she's going inside and doesn't know they're behind her. They snuck out again. And now then, she jumps in bed and she's yawning, going, and she's going to turn the light out and lay down for the night. But look at that. The gorilla is crawling into bed, and the mouse is pulling his banana up into the bed, and she doesn't even know it. And so now she is in bed. The light is off. There's her flashlight, and her husband is there. The mouse ate his banana. There's the peel. And there's the mouse, and there's the gorilla, all four of them in bed together. And the mouse says, "Good night, gorilla." And the gorilla goes, "Good night. I love you."